Attorney Jerome Payne. Live TV talk on your digital device on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Download the SVP TV app right now. Check us out every Tuesday on Comcast Cable, Channel 17, 8:30 p.m. And we are live every Friday on Facebook Live, 6 o'clock in the evening. You've got a question? Our attorneys have the answer. So let's talk law with Attorney Daryl O'Neill on the SVP TV network.
Welcome to Talking Law with Daryl O'Neill. I'm your host. I got my main man, Jerome, with me.
What's going on there?
Man, I got my guy, my
yeah.
real guy, Mike Williams, with me. Look, we're going to talk politics a little bit tonight. You know, a great thing is happening. You know, somebody that's in that office that, you know, he's running for is actually running for an office, you know, with name recognition.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
the reality of it is, man, I was excited that he would even just grace us with his presence,
yeah,
man.
no question.
So, hey, let's give our shout outs. The shout outs to California, shout outs to Little Rock, Arkansas, shout outs to West Memphis, Arkansas, shout outs to Memphis, Shelby County, shout outs to Mississippi, shout out to the great state of Missouri.
Okay.
We got to give shout outs to everybody's family, shout outs to Mike's family, shout out to Jerome family,
Hey, family.
and shout out to my family.
Well, you called your wife's name last time, too?
Shout out to Adrian. Yes. So, you know, Mike, this is something, man. I mean, man, when I saw that you were going to be running for the Shelby County clerk, man, I was like, wow. You know, what made you want to do that?
I was like, wow, too. No, you know, I think that there's an opportunity here.
Okay.
I think that there's an opportunity here. And I think that what I'm running on is proven leadership.
Okay.
All right. I was a warrant officer in the United States Army, jumped into Kuwait, led men into combat. You know,
Been there, done that.
with this Special Forces group.
Okay.
Got out, got on the police department, became the president of the police association, did that for approximately 12 years. Did some wonderful, wonderful things, I think. As a matter of fact, they are still benefiting from the initiatives that I put in place, and the main one was the referendum that we did.
Okay.
It generates anywhere from 60 to 70 something $million a year, every year.
Yeah.
Because we wanted the police to get a raise, and we could not get city council to do it. So we came up collectively, me, Thomas Malone at the Fire Association, John Covington, and my executive board, and we said, you know what? Nobody's ever put a referendum on the ballot. Let's get 144,000 signatures and put it on there, and they don't have any say-so. They have no say-so.
And they definitely,
They were hot. They were hot.
that was something truly
That's something nobody
amazing.
has ever done
Oh my
in the
God,
city of
yeah.
Memphis.
Wow.
That was innovative.
So
yeah.
we actually hit the streets. Police, firemen passed out, you know, petitions and different things like that. They went to their churches and to the community. We hired some individuals to help us out. Got 144,000 signatures, got it on the ballot. And the initiative is not just for the police.
Right.
It guarantees all children in the city of Memphis can attend pre-K.
Oh, so that's where they came from.
That's where it came from.
Oh, wow.
It also generated money for road paving. Now, the fallacy in that is, even though you get all of that money for road paving, what the city used to put in for road paving, now they take that and move it somewhere else.
Yeah. They gonna reallocate.
They're gonna reallocate.
Yeah.
But they couldn't do it for the pre-K, which was so important to us.
That's great.
And they couldn't do it for police salaries.
Yeah.
So because of that, it brought back the retirees' health care.
Great.
Now when C.J. Davis is making $200-some thousand a year, that's because of the police association. You have police officers now that, you know, they were making $50,000 a year. Now, after 3 years, they're making anywhere from $65,000 to $70,000 a year. And as they progress, Now you got lieutenants making $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 a year.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
okay.
So that's what it was all about, trying to make sure. So that's that, and I established the Police Association Charitable Foundation. A lot of people said, "What? You can't do that." I said, "Yes, we can, because we have to show that we have a vested interest in the community." So in doing that, they've given away almost $3 million back into the community.
Oh, wow.
You know, and the police officers donate directly from their checks.
Okay.
So, you know, those are just some of the things that I did while I was there that I thought were very, very significant. Left there, became the chief administrative officer under Clerk Joe W. Brown, who used to be Councilman Brown, in the General Sessions Court Clerk's office. And I took that over right at the beginning of COVID. Brought them through the pandemic. We were backed up 14,000 cases. We knocked out 14,000 cases in about 6 months.
Oh, wow.
Got it down. And even prior to the pandemic, they were having problems.
Oh, yeah,
and they
no
were
doubt.
complaining
Yeah.
about the backed up cases.
Oh, yeah.
We got to a point to where as they were having 6, 7 cases per session per courtroom. And they were starting to get a little upset because it was kind of like, well,
What's going on here?
Exactly.
And I need these.
so they
judges.
started shifting some of the cases to
Yeah.
other courtrooms.
Yeah.
But we were able to catch up and to keep up.
Good.
And when it came to revenue, we were able to generate additional revenue for the county and those law firms, and to ensure that those individuals that were due refunds, making sure that they got those. And as we went into the General Sessions Court Clerk office, we identified $12 million that had been lingering around that nobody had identified.
I remember
Yes,
that.
yes. In 3 months after taking office over there, we identified that $3 million, wrote the county a big check for millions, gave it to them, then started identifying individuals that were due that money and start refunding that money. So
Okay.
those are the kind of things, when I say proven leadership, you know, it's not about me knowing everything. It's about having a vision and putting individuals around you that have the ability to achieve that vision. And we have a vision for the Shelby County Clerk's office since we've been in there for a year, and we've been able to assess. I know where the cubby holes are. I know where the money is. You know, when people say that there's no money, there is money. You know, there are restricted funds that have been set aside so that we can actually do education, because that's a part of mine. I've adopted something that Clerk Brown gave me when he was the General Sessions Court Clerk, which is ACE. Accessibility, customer service, and education.
Okay.
Oh,
And that's going to play a big part in our vision of moving the Shelby County Clerk's office forward.
Okay.
So that's why I'm running.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it is. But Mike, let's take that in the smaller chunks.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, because what people don't know is you're trying to ascend to the next level. Right now, you're the number 2 person,
Correct.
and so you know where all the bodies are buried.
Correct.
So, I mean, what does that vision look like once you get to, you know, take that reign? What does that vision, you know, that actual vision look like?
Well, you know, first of all, my vision is different. Some individuals need to understand that when you have a clerk, you have a CAO that serves at the will and pleasure of the clerk.
Right.
And the clerk actually establishes the vision.
Right.
And whatever that vision is, then the CAO, as the operations officer, and all of the other administrators actually implement the vision of that clerk. I want to know that my vision is different than the vision of Clerk Halbert. Not to say that her vision was wrong,
Right.
but mine is just different.
Right.
In that, I believe that one of the first things we have to do is to tackle the technology problem. And you're going to hear everybody that's running for general session for the Shelby County Clerk's office say that, and because it's true. We still have computers that are operating on Windows 7. Windows 7.
Why? Oh, maybe that's for a different day.
Well, like I say, it's whatever happens. That's the way it is. So we're gonna get out of Windows 7.
Okay.
That's one of the
Okay.
first.
Yeah, because we're at 11 right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Well, we at 11, utilize an operational system, 365.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
So we have the most
Shoot,
of
y'all-
our computers are on Windows 7, which I don't understand.
You can't
but
get no
that-
updates on Windows
That is correct.
7.
As a matter of fact, IT has had to find a workaround in that they have had to put everything in the cloud
Okay.
so that we could actually go through the cloud.
Right,
Okay.
okay.
Because it becomes a security risk. as well.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. That's a bigger problem. Yeah.
So, technology, we got to upgrade the computer systems within the office. We got to upgrade the money counters. We got to upgrade the credit card readers. We got to upgrade the kiosk machines. I mean, all of that. And one of the things that I want to do too is to put kiosks all over the county. And people ask, well, why you want to do kiosks all over the county? Because it gives individuals direct access when you're talking about doing tags.
Okay.
Okay. Do kiosk centers all over the county, come and do some agreement either with the libraries or the police department to put them in the precincts, or try to get CVS or Walgreens or Walmart or somebody to allow us to come in and put those in, so that if you are in Collierville, you can go to the CVS or to Walmart or what have you to renew your tags, or to the library. You don't have to come all the way downtown. You know, I would like to establish additional satellite offices, because I believe either Collierville or Germantown had one. You know, you got Arlington, which is booming now. You know, I was out there the other day and I couldn't believe how much it has grown. So you probably need to have accessibility out there in Arlington as well, because the problem is customers
Right.
and all of these long lines. Well, if you upgrade the technology, you do the kiosks, all of that's a part of accessibility. The other thing is, I want to, and nobody has said this, so Mike Williams is saying this, I want to establish a dealer location.
Oh.
And the reason I want to establish a dealer location is a lot of people don't understand we have out-of-state dealer tags, in-state dealer tags. A lot of people are buying cars online or out of town. So if they're buying them out of town, then the dealer from out of town has to mail the packets to us. So we got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of packets that individuals are mailing from different states and all over the country, and that has to be processed. But let's talk about Chuck Hutton. Let's talk about Jim Karras. Let's talk about, and all of those are a very important part of the scheme of the Shelby County Clerk's office. But they may send a packet in with 25 tags in it, but they may send 10 packets. So now you're looking at 100 tags. So you clogging the system up when it comes to Daryl O'Neill walking into a satellite office and trying to get it processed, because now everybody's doing dealer tags. And then they are able to send runners in that actually get in line, that slows Daryl down too.
And get 10 tags.
Right. But a lot of people don't know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like, well, no, but you got to service the dealers as well.
Right, exactly.
So I want to put them away from everybody else,
Okay.
which frees up the actual satellite offices to be able to help the citizens.
Will that be, if you looked at a dealer's office, I mean, I'm calling the dealer's office.
Right.
Would that be just a central, would that be in an existing location, or would that be a new location?
Well, actually, we have some spaces
Okay.
that could possibly accommodate that. But I am not opposed to an additional space
Okay.
that allows all of the dealers to actually bring their packages into that location. That way they can better be tracked, because now they drop them off at a couple of locations. That way they're in a centralized location, they can be tracked. We can actually dedicate individuals to actually work those packets down, as opposed to them being all over the place.
And they will be experts. They become experts in that area.
Exactly.
Now, and here's what people want to know.
Okay.
If somebody becomes what they call a dealer expert, and because your job right now is probably just a customer service rep or something.
Customer service rep 1, customer service rep 2.
But if a person's, their whole process is dealer tags, and which is a higher level of understanding.
Right.
Would they be able to get more money because of
Well, see,
that?
but that's the thing too. When I was in general, right now, county employees, their starting salary is $40,503. You know what it was 6 months ago? $31,725. That's the entry level, right? do you know that I went over to the county commission, and you can check the film, you can go to the county commission meetings, because a lot of people gonna say he's just saying that.
He's just talking.
But go check it. Anyway, I went to the county commission because I thought it was deplorable the way that those employees were being paid. And you know me, I come from a background of fighting for employees
Right, right.
as the president of the police
Exactly,
association.
exactly.
So I asked them to do a wage survey because I knew comparatively, when I go to Nashville, they're starting out at 40-some thousand. We got majority black females, single parent households that are working in a lot of these jobs that were making $29,000, $30,000 a year, right? So we were losing a lot of the expertise.
Hey, as soon as I find something better, I'm
Well,
out.
I'm saying you could go to Taco Bell.
Yeah,
They were
I'm
paying
thinking-
$17 an hour
Yeah.
because when you were talking about 31,000, that comes out to like $16 an hour.
Yeah, yeah.
So now they're making $40,502.03. But that's because we went over to the Shelby County Commission, went before them, asked them to do a wage survey. They did the wage survey, and it came back showing a large disparity in the
Oh,
pay
that's an understatement.
in
Yeah.
cities comparatively to our size.
Okay.
Right? So, and I want to give kudos to Mayor Harris
Okay.
and his administration, and Chief Collins and all of those guys over there, because once they saw that, then they went and advocated to
Okay.
the county commission, and he said, you know, we got to do this. And I think we hit it at the right time. It's his last year in office, so he went on and did that. You know, so that was one of the other things that we have accomplished as well. Because we know that in order to retain individuals, which
That's
is where
right.
you were going,
Yes, yes, yes.
you have to pay them commensurate with what their skill level and qualities are. So, yes, one of the things that I did in general sessions as well, and I hope to do in the Shelby County Clerk's office, is if you're going to pay people a higher salary, you have to reclassify.
Right, right, right.
So let's say,
Because they only have certain.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's say right now you got a customer service 1 and a customer service 2, which is cool. That's what they come in as. But now you specialize. So now we have to go look at the chart and see what, or go to Nashville or Knoxville or wherever else that something may already exist that we can actually put on the books and actually move those individuals, and we'd have to just put into the Shelby County Commission to have these individuals reclassified.
Oh,
So-
wow.
So that would garner them, and I did that in general sessions. We created what they called specialists. I had a finance specialist, I had a criminal specialist, I had a civil specialist.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And those were individuals that knew everything about those particular subjects.
Okay.
But they weren't supervisors, so they actually made more money as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. You know, Mike, man, that's just, he got a vision, don't he?
Oh,
Joe?
yeah, and I can appreciate that too, because being a lawyer and listening to civilians' complaints
Yeah.
about standing in
In
the line,
line.
should not have to lose an entire day from work to try to comply with the law. And that means by having your tax renewed. And so,
Yeah, but
so
I mean,
that shouldn't have to happen.
well, so, and Michael addressed this a little deeper. So the real ID became this big issue.
Yep.
You know, everybody needed to get
Yep.
the real ID.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, you don't hear any conversations about this, ever. If you go to the state of Tennessee building to get your ID, you will wait in that line for 3 hours. And I don't care what kind of ID you get. You will wait in that line for 3 hours, and then you ain't heard not one peep, complaint,
Is that
or
right?
word on that issue.
Oh, my goodness.
And that's not owned by the clerk's office. Now the clerk also does.
Guess what? We volunteered to do
do
IDs.
that.
That's not our job.
Right.
That's not our job. But as a convenience to the Shelby County constituents, the clerk Clerk Halbert volunteered to actually do that.
Oh, that's great.
You know what I mean?
See,
You don't hear that, though.
Because we
didn't know that.
We
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
issue driver's
Yeah,
license.
we didn't
Right.
know
We're
that.
not a entity. You have to go to the state for that.
State,
You
that's
got to
right.
go out on Summer. You got to go to Millington. You
Right.
got to go over on Shelby Drive.
Right, right.
We don't do that. The only thing we can do is renew.
That's
and we
right.
can renew to the degree that we can give you a real ID because we can take in all of the documents.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
but that's not even a function that we are.
Oh, that's great.
Required to do,
Required to
and but they're doing it.
Yes, every day, all
Every
day.
day. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I mean, you don't hear that.
That's right.
You know, you don't hear, because how much would the lines be cut down if they didn't do those IDs?
Well, first of all, if they didn't do the IDs, we could actually shut that down. They got to go somewhere else for IDs, and then we could reallocate those individuals,
Right.
which are resources, to other areas to
Right,
be able to help
right,
out.
right.
Yeah.
And those guys specialize in IDs. You know, but another thing that I want to do, and I just found out, you know, when I was, because what you're talking about now also is customer service.
That's right.
Right? So in the customer service area, something that we did in general sessions, and I learned from experience, and that's how come I say proven leadership, relying on experience. When I was in general sessions, one of the things that Clerk Brown, and I give him all of that, said, hey, look, Mike, I want to get back into the community. I want to take it to the streets. And I was like, what? Okay, figure out how we can get it back in the streets. I was like, okay. So I looked over at Heidi Kuhn. Clerk Kuhn. The model was already there.
Right.
We started doing expungement clinics.
Okay.
Okay, and we started doing them to the degree we weren't with Clerk Kuhn. We were out doing them on our own. You know, we going to Greater Money, we going to Oak Grove, we going to Shelby State and all of these other colleges and different things like that. Because what we found was there were so many, man, we did like 40,000 in 1 year almost, I think. Because what we found was a lot of individuals go to trial, get it dismissed, but they never go and get it taken off their
Yeah.
record.
Yeah.
So we're finding people with 25, 30 years, all they needed to do was get it expunged.
Pay $200 or whatever, you know. I
Some
think
of them was free.
Free,
After
yeah.
court, all they had to do was go down to
I
general
know,
sessions.
now nobody does that. But
Yes.
after you get out, and
That's exactly right.
I make a habit of doing
Yes.
it. If I get a case dismissed,
That's exactly
I go
right.
right over to the
Right to the
clerk's
clerk's
office,
office, yes.
and I get a expungement order,
That's right.
and I go back and the judge signs it.
Exactly.
And it's right there, no big deal.
But the reason I brought that up was because I've also been talking to a lot of the subject matter experts that are already in the clerk's office. Guess what? We can't do expungement clinics. We can do driver's license clinics. We can go out and register cars on the weekend. We can take all of that back into the community. And guess what? I plan on doing that.
Yeah.
I plan on getting back into the community as a customer service. I'm going to tell you that we need to do training. I found that some of the individuals working for the Shelby County Clerk's office, they have not had the proper training. We've been throwing a lot of people into the breach, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a fire.
Yeah,
It's a fire.
We've been
Yeah.
throwing a lot of people
Yeah.
into the breach, and they have not been properly trained.
Right, right.
Once again, one of the things I did in general sessions was establish a training lab. We don't have a training lab. So I'm talking about for computer systems, and I'm also talking about to give classes. Because I'm also finding some of the supervisors need leadership training. They've never had leadership training. And you know, you and I both know in the military, it's imperative that you do
It's-
primary leadership
Yeah.
development, advanced leadership
Yeah.
development,
Yeah.
basic leadership development.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that you're not capable of it, but it gives you the tools
Sure.
to be able to work with.
Man,
You know?
and it's a never-ending saga. I
Yep.
mean, when I retired, I mean, I was teaching what they call advanced officer. It's leadership, you know.
Oh, ANOC?
No. So for the Army, it's command staff and
Okay,
general,
gotcha.
for the
Gotcha.
officers.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
did for
Yeah,
officers.
for you guys.
Yeah,
for you guys.
but then they get the next level of leadership in war college.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, you're right. Proven leadership is important because it's going to carry all the way up,
Exactly.
and you're going to continue to need it. So, you got a lot of plans and a lot of, number one, how is that going to be financed? Because I mean, that's another issue.
I'm saying, number one, we have a budget already.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
We have a budget already.
Right.
And a lot of it's just working with that budget.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
You know, you have to go in and you have to prioritize
Okay.
what it is that you want to do, what you need to do. And I found that we've turned a lot of money back in, unutilized. And I'm not saying that I want to go in there and utilize money that you don't have to, but I'm saying that office has not been upgraded in I don't know how long. So initially, we have to invest in that office. We have to invest in the staff, you know, which is going to make it better for the for the citizens of Shelby County. You know, we have to take the time to actually make sure that the staff is experienced, equipped, and capable to be able to deal with the public in the manner that they need to be.
I like that, you know, because the other, you're helping the community, but you're also helping the employees make
Exactly.
more money because they can do overtime and different things of that nature. So they can increase their revenue.
Anybody that has ever worked with me, I'm not one of those people that I want to try to hold you down. I'm saying outgrow me.
Right.
Please.
Right.
But give me 100 while you're here.
Right.
And I will write you a letter. I don't know how many people I have written letters going out the door. Because you did what you said you was going to do. You came in here, you gave me 100.
Right.
You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? You made our organization and Clerk Brown at the time, or the Memphis Police Association, look good. I haven't been able to accomplish anything that I have accomplished, Mike Williams by himself. It has always been a team and a collective effort. And I'm gonna even go so far as to say, because when I talk about the education part, it ain't just about the clerk's office. It's about the citizens of Shelby County. We got to educate them.
Right.
They don't really know what the Shelby County clerk's office
They don't.
does.
They do not know. They believe
It ain't
that-
just tags.
Yeah. They don't know.
Right.
It's not just tags. We're talking licenses, business licenses, marriage licenses. You know, we talking
Notaries.
Notaries.
Yeah.
You know, it's a whole lot of things that the Shelby County Clerk Office does. You're talking short-term rentals, long-term rentals. You're talking collection of taxes and different things like that. So it encompasses way more than the what the concept is of the citizens when it comes to, well, what about them tags? What about them tags, Michael? Well, yeah, we're going to deal with the tags.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, we're missing a lot of revenue, too,
Right.
because the other areas have been neglected as well. That's just my observation and my perception. And my vision will actually direct resources toward some of the other areas to be able to collect additional revenue for the county, which is going to make it better for the citizens.
Right.
But when you asked me, you said, well, how are you going to finance it? And I know I said, well, we have money in the budget. But there are restricted funds for the clerk's office. There are restricted funds in that every time you do a process, there's a fee that comes off that's directed straight to the clerk's office. So that money can be utilized to upgrade technology. That money can be utilized to do education when it comes to commercials or billboards or whatever. Just all of those types of things. And, you know, I've probably identified about $15 million that can be utilized.
Already? Okay.
Oh, wow.
Look,
Well, that's the advantage of being on the inside.
Right.
well, Mike, can you expand on the notifications that we receive in the mail?
Oh.
That seems like that was a really good way.
I like because that.
They send out the thing, you go online, you do it, next thing you know.
And you know,
This
a lot of
stuff is
people,
in the mail.
a lot of people don't know it. We renew anywhere from 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 tags a day online.
Yes.
Online.
Yes, that was just really convenient.
And that's one of the other things we have to go in and update our website. When we talk about technology, that's a major part.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've been on the website and I've seen that, you know, when you talk about fees, they're behind. When you talk about processes, when you talk about the ability of the system to actually handle the processing, you know, but all of that's a part of upgrading the system and upgrading the website as well. So
Do y'all have your own IT
No.
tech,
No.
or you got it's the county?
Yes.
Okay,
But-
so it's not they got to get you in line is where you are.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's another thing. One of the things that, and going back to general session, we got what they call a business analyst, which is the strategizer when it comes to IT.
Okay.
That's the guy that goes out and get the big contracts, strategize down the line, make sure everything is connected and all of this kind of stuff. And we're in compliance. Then you have a tech. We had a tech over there. Well, that's the guy that goes, plugs in everything, make sure all of the hardware is working, this, that, and the other. I could not believe in the Shelby County Clerk's office that we did not have a business analyst or a tech with
Yeah.
all of the computer systems,
I knew
all
that.
of the
Yeah,
satellite
I
offices
knew,
that
yeah.
we have. That is crazy to me.
Yeah.
That is
But it's not
crazy.
in your budget either.
No,
I mean, I know your
Yeah.
your
No.
your
Yeah.
manning list. It's not
No.
in your manning list.
no.
Yeah, or
But,
staffing list.
but that's something we have to go over to the Shelby County Commission and to let them know. If you got it in general sessions, you got it in the criminal court clerk's office, you got it in circuit court, you got it in chancery court, you got it all, you got a whole lot of them over in the trustee's office, you got them in the assessor's office. Why do you not have them in the Shelby County Clerk's office? When you have such a high demand for technological results. And that's one of the things that I definitely identified and wanted to go for as well.
Well, and most people don't know this. You probably know this, Jerome. That the clerk's office is the largest revenue generator for the whole Shelby County, isn't it?
I don't know if it's the largest revenue generator.
You don't think so?
I don't know if it's the largest, because when you talk about revenue that's generated off of
Taxes.
sales taxes for the houses and different things like that, I don't know, because I've never looked at it. What I do know is that the Shelby County Clerk's office could generate anywhere from $100 to $200 million a year.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yes,
Man.
a year. Yeah.
Man,
That's a lot of money.
It
That's a lot of money. But a lot of that money just don't go to Shelby County. You're talking about, you gotta send money to the state. You gotta send money to Memphis, because we're collecting money from Memphis when it comes to the tags and the wheel tax and all of that. We gotta send money to Millington and Arlington and Collierville and Germantown and Lakeland. So we're collecting for all of those
Right.
entities. But it amounts to, let's say, like approximately $200 million a year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Man.
There was a big to-do about not collecting the wheel taxes correctly
Yeah.
when it first came out.
Yeah.
What you gonna do about making sure that the conversation between the two entities are tight enough so we don't have that lapse?
Because that was a communication snafu. That's
Yeah,
what that
yeah,
was.
yeah,
most
that's
people most people don't understand it.
Right.
That was a communication. If you're gonna pass something,
Right.
you need to make sure I get it. I need to get it.
That's right.
Well, and that's about building relationships.
Yeah.
I'm a relationship builder. I have no problem with, even Mayor Harris's office now. I talk to them, and me and Chief Collins, we're real tight. You know what I mean?
Right,
Or
right.
even over on the city side, I know individuals over there that I kind of deal with. But it's because I've been in it for so long,
Right.
and I've established these relationships.
Gotcha.
Well, the thing is, just like you said, it was a communication problem. If you're going to pass a law, and they had been working actually with the city to do it, but the city has to take the advice and the recommendations of the county clerk's office. Now, by the time the county clerk's office found out, they were down the road. It wasn't like they brought them in on the front end.
Right.
I think Clerk Halbert talks a lot about, by the time, the way she found out was she heard, and then she went over there to ask them, what are you trying to do? Well, see, the other part of it is when you start trying to collect taxes like that, it's not just about Shelby County.
Gotcha.
We got to go to the state. We got to get it put in the system.
Right.
We got to,
Right.
when you're
Right.
talking of something of that magnitude,
Right.
it takes a while to get that monster cranked up. You
Right.
know what I mean? And
Right.
to get it cranked up
It
right.
wasn't gonna- you pass it today, it ain't gonna be
No,
implemented
it
tomorrow.
don't happen like that.
Yeah.
So they like, you know, they passed it, and it's like, well, it's going to go into effect June the 1st,
Right,
blah, blah, blah.
right.
And it's kind of like, no, that's not how that works. What do you mean that's not how that works? We want our money.
That's the day you put
Yeah,
it
that's,
in.
that's the day you said you wanted
Right,
to go into effect. But we got to talk to some other people,
That's right.
okay it with the state,
That's right.
okay it and get it put into the system
That's right.
so that it can start being collected. You know what I mean? So that's how that happened.
Yeah.
So eventually, you know, it was all worked out to whereas it was
Oh, yeah.
beginning
Oh,
to
yeah.
be collected.
Well, Mike, we got about a minute and a half, 2
What?
minutes.
Yeah.
You know.
I just been running my mouth.
Hey man, look, I would vote for this guy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Got 2 votes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I need, Mike, tell these people why they should feel like me and vote for you.
My name is Mike Williams, and I am running for Shelby County Clerk. I think you should vote for me because I have already proven myself in this area. I've never taken anything. I've always tried to give back to the community and always put everybody ahead of me. I tell people, if I don't do what I say I'm gonna do, don't vote for me again. I go so far as to do that, and people are like, well, you do what? Yeah, I tell you, if I'm not gonna do what I said I'm gonna do, don't put me in there a second time, but give me an opportunity because everything that I have been involved in since I have returned to the city of Memphis has been a success in that it has generated the monies that it was supposed to generate, provided the services that it was supposed to provide, and everybody was pretty happy at the end of the day. I want to be the next Shelby County Clerk. I will work hard for you. I don't need anything. I'm a retired Army, retired police department, disabled vet, own properties, whatever. So I'm comfortable. I can go home tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not ready because I think I have something to offer to the citizens still.
Okay.
Because, you know, I've been so blessed. And I have always wanted to give back.
Okay.
And I still want to give back. And I want to make sure that some of these young people that we have are on the right path because that was a big thing with me, mentoring young people too when I was on the police department and also over at General Sessions and even now. So give Mike Williams an opportunity and I promise you, you won't regret it.
My man. Again, Mike Williams, Shelby County Clerk, is running for that office.
Yes.
Thank you for watching the show. We'll see you back next week.
Looking for something new? Who would thought so? SVP is mixing things up, and digital TV, it'll never be the same. Download the SVP app today on Roku, Apple,